Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Temitope Adebayo and I'm here to help people who want to immigrate to Canada. I'm here to make their journey easier. I'm not an immigration consultant, I'm not an immigration lawyer, I'm just a person trying to help you, with information that is needed. From the thumbnail, you already know what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about money, spending money. So I just want to talk about what you would need to immigrate to Canada. Majorly the proof of funds, but I'm also going to cover a couple of things in this video. The first would be, if you've watched my previous video, you would know the steps I'm about to talk about. However, if you've not watched it, please go and watch it. It's just a video that tells you everything about becoming a permanent resident. So you would now, from there, you would understand when I start talking about certain fees that you have to pay. The first fee would be the fee for your World Education services, which is roughly $150. I'm not certain right now, but roughly around that amount. For the IELTS, I have the fee in the Nigerian currency because I am Nigerian, about 256,000 naira, or 260 something. I can't remember right now. The next would be if you choose to go through a province. Like we discussed in the last video, the province would require you to pay an application fee. Now that application fee can be anywhere from $250 to $1,500 Canadian dollars, please. From $250 Canadian dollars to $1,500 Canadian dollars. So the amount you pay depends totally on the province you choose or the province that invites you. I know that for Alberta, at the time we paid $500. That's Canadian dollars. And for Ontario, I know that at the time we were applying, the people who were applying to Ontario paid $1,500 Canadian dollars. So that is another fee that you need to consider. You would also pay for healthcare. General medical checkup, which is usually at the time we were applying, it was 100,000, but I'm sure that it has increased now, and the 90 was for my husband and I. I'm certain that it has increased now. I'm just giving a rundown. I'm just really giving a rundown of how much you would need. What I want to focus on today is the proof of funds. The next thing you would pay for, it would be the police. You're supposed to get a police report. You're supposed to get a biometric for Canada to have your visa, your fingerprint. Yeah, give or take, I think that's all you'll be paying for. Now, you would also have to pay an application fee to Canada. Once you're now invited to actually apply as a permanent resident. So you've been in the pool, you've applied to provinces, they've invited you, or you've just been in the pool waiting. Once you're invited, you have to pay some money, application fees. That totally depends on the size of your family. So the fee for one person is different from the fee for two, just husband and wife is different from the fee for three. Totally depends on the size of your family, and it was just recently increased. However, like I said, today what I want to focus on is the proof of funds, because that's usually the biggest challenge. When you check all of these amounts that you pay, right? I mean, it's a lot, especially when your currency is not so strong, as opposed to the dollar, right? It's a lot. However, it is never as much as the proof of funds, and that is exactly what I want to discuss today. Now, if you're coming as a single person, you have to have you either have to have 13,757 Canadian dollars as proof of funds. So after you've paid everything and you've thought about your flights, you've probably gotten money for your flights, you have to have 13,757 Canadian dollars just sitting in your account. This is to tell the Canadian government that you can take care of yourself if you get to Canada, or when you get to Canada, even if you don't get a job for, let's say, 6 months or 1 year. So it's a requirement. It's something you have to have. Once you're ready to apply for express entry, you have to have this if you're coming as a single person. If you're coming as a family of 2, you need to have 17,127 Canadian dollars. Now, depending on your country, these amounts will differ. As I speak, I think the Canadian dollars to the Naira, which is my country, is about 8.30 or 8.25. So if you're going to be presenting this money in Naira, you have to multiply 17,127, which is for a family of 2, times 800 and something. 825 or 830. If it's 1,000, it's times 1,000. If you're coming as a family of 3, it is 21,055 Canadian dollars. If you're coming as a family of 4, it is $25,564. If you're coming as a family of 5, it is $28,994. If you're coming as a family of 6, it is $32,700. If you're coming as a family of 7, it is $36,407. If there are more than 7 people there are more than 7 people, so 8, 9, 10, and that would just be funny if you're coming as, a family of 10. Crazy, right? If there are more than 7 people, for each additional family member, add 3,706. So if you're a family of 8, you add 3,706 to the 36,407 I already said for the family of 7. So these proof of funds is just to show the government that if these people come to Canada, they will not be sleeping under the bridge. That's what we call it in Nigeria. We call it, we say people are sleeping under the bridge when they cannot, afford to pay for their rent. It just shows the Canadian government that you'll be able to pay for your rent, be able to pay for feeding, to feed your family, be able to buy the basic things that you need for at least 6 months to 1 year. It totally depends on how you can manage the funds. And a lot of people ask, is it really important? First of all, you won't get your application approved if you don't have your proof of funds. But let's even assume you want to know. From experience, look, that proof of funds they ask for, this is just an advice from someone that has gone through it. The proof of funds that they request is really, really important. You will not know how important the proof of funds is until you get here. If you get here and you don't have family, or you have family but the family is not available, right? Maybe the person is just not available to help. That is when you will realize how important the proof of funds is. So I would advise that if you plan to come to Canada, find a way to raise this proof of funds. Find a way to get the proof of funds, because rent is not cheap, food is not cheap, a lot of things are not cheap, and you need to buy these things on a daily basis. So that is my little talk on proof of funds. If you want to know where to find this that I just read out, I'm going to be linking it in the description box, but it is still on the Canadian website, the Canada website, the canada.ca website. You can just Google proof of funds required for express entry Canada, or proof of funds Canada, and it will pop out and you would see how much. And like I said, just exchange or just do the maths of how much Canadian dollars is in your country, and then multiply by whatever amounts that I have just mentioned. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I've tried to clarify, or I've been able to clarify what you would need, you know, to come to Canada, depending on the size of your family. Like I always say, if you have any questions, if you have anything you want to reach out on, if you need any help, please just either drop a message in the description box or in the comment section rather, or send a message on my Instagram page or TikTok page. They will all be linked in the description box below, and I'll be so happy to answer you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. You are kissing the phone instead of to come and kiss the ending. No, look, from experience. Wow, babe, that's bit true. cut it. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel once again. God.